Hey you guys, what's up? It's Rockados54 here, and welcome to my horror pack unboxing for the month of January 2023. So now let's just get right started with this. The first one of the year, and I expected this to come a lot later, actually, because HorrorPack actually didn't even send me a tracking email. When I went to the mailbox a couple hours ago to grab this, I was really surprised to find it in there because they didn't send me a tracking email for some reason. And I remember thinking, oh, okay, they probably just I guess they're just late sending this one out. And then I log on to my HorrorPack account and I see a tracking number right beside it on my purchase history. I click on it and it says we couldn't find a shipment associated with this tracking number. And I thought, oh, okay, well, I was like, I guess the label's been made, but it just hasn't been shipped off yet. And then I look in there and it was there, so I guess just a weird thing. Anyway, first one in here. This is one I definitely haven't heard of, but it's one with Echo Bridge. I've never heard of this distributor, but it's this one with Christina Ricci and John Cusack called Distorted. Yeah, no, definitely have never heard of this one. It says it's a Canadian movie. It looks like... says Creative Saskatchewan and BC, so I don't know if this was filmed in Saskatchewan or in BC, but if it was filmed in BC, that's great. Yeah, it says Lauren and Russell Curran decide to move away from the bustle of the city and into the peaceful oasis of the Pinnacle, a coveted luxury condo that boasts ultra-modern design and state-of-the-art features and security systems. When Lauren starts to suspect that the building has a dark side, she seeks help from Vernon, an investigative journalist who has an interest in cyber conspiracy. Together, they come to believe that the Pinnacle may be brainwashing the unsuspecting residents. Sounds like kind of an interesting one. But yeah, so hopefully that'll be pretty good. This was from 2018, and Christina Ricci still looks like she's like 14 in that image. But next one in here, for some reason the poster of this looks familiar for some reason, but I really don't think I've heard. It's okay. No, I definitely wouldn't have heard of it. It says it's from 2020, but I feel like I've seen this poster like years and years and years ago. But it's this one called Reunion. Definitely haven't heard of this, but it says a pregnant woman returns to her recently deceased grandparents' old family home to spend time with her estranged mother. What begins as a tenuous reunion slowly turns terrifying. A psychological thriller that preys upon perception, Reunion sees veteran actress Julia Ormond deliver a tour de force performance of threateningly quiet intensity and features a twisty narrative that will burrow itself into the darkest corners of your mind. So hopefully that one will end up being pretty good. Next one in here, this is the... this is a HorrorPack exclusive. This is a very, very cool cover. It looks like it's another... yeah, it looks like it's another anthology horror movie. There was, last month was an anthology horror film as well, and it's this one called Worst Laid Plans. Yeah, it says filmed in 3 different states by 3 acclaimed genre short film directors, all making their feature debut. In deep of the heart, a fractured family tries to reconnect while touring a cave system that hides a horrifying secret. You've Been Saved is a story of 2 reunited friends on a road trip full of nostalgia and hangovers when one of them is slipped a cryptic note by a young girl. Their vacation takes a sinister turn. And finally, with Taylor Family Vacation 93, a father on vacation determined to find out the truth behind whoever is stalking his family just out of sight comes to the sobering realization that the answer he seeks might just be hidden within the contents of his video camera. Shot in West Virginia, North Carolina, and Florida. Yeah, definitely haven't heard of this one, but that cover looks really damn cool. I really like the artwork on that. And the last one in here, another one I definitely haven't heard of. So it looks like the last few months have been, I've at least heard of one of the films in there, or I've already had at least one of the films in there. Thankfully, in this month's pack, I haven't seen or heard of any of them. But this one is another one from Echo Bridge, the same that distributed Distorted. But it's this one called Il Final Contagium. Is there anybody known in this? Yeah, it doesn't look like very well known to me. I think it's a Spanish movie, or... It says it takes place in Chile. It says a rogue scientist in Chile illegally spreads toxic and biochemical substances by way of contaminated money, leading to a worldwide pandemic. First, the virus is spread in Italy when 2 women steal a contaminated case of cash. Then in Kosovo, a transsexual pays for surgery, only to find that all of her injection sites have been infected with the virus. Lastly, a father in Germany tries out extreme methods to save his contaminated son from succumbing to the virus. It looks like this is an anthology horror film as well. That's kind of an interesting idea. I was gonna say, you know, like, pandemic thrillers can be pretty good. Like, Patient Zero was kind of you know, it wasn't all that great. But there was one that HorrorPack sent quite a few months ago called The Sadness. It was a film, it was made by a Canadian director who has spent the last decade of his career working in Taiwan. So it has entirely Taiwanese people speaking in I forget exactly which language they were speaking in. It might not have been the one I'm thinking of, but uh like, it was a really, really, really good movie. It was because it had to do with like a virus, and they're like all turning into zombies, and my god, it was so disturbing and scary and depraved. Like, it was seriously, like, it is one of the most depraved movies you will ever see, The Sadness, but it is really, really good. I highly recommend it if you can handle like really, really disturbing, fucked up, gross stuff. It's really, really good. And you know, like, looking from the images on the back here, it looks like it would be a pretty fun time. You know, hopefully it'll be like on the same level as The Sadness. That would be really cool. But yeah, so this seems like it's going to be a pretty decent pack. As I said, this month I haven't heard of any of the ones in the pack, so that's going to be very good, especially when the last couple of months I've at least seen or even already have one of the ones in the pack. But anyway, guys, that's going to be it for this video. Subscribe for more content. Please leave a like on the video if you enjoyed, and remember, you guys, see, which one should I do here? Okay. Remember, you guys, whenever catching them all, say no to drugs.